Welcome to my podcast, everybody. So today's video is a late night chat with Jazzy, and we're going to be talking about romantic relationship advice. So before I get into the advice, I just want to say that relationships are not easy. There's going to be times where you may not be happy at the moment. There's going to be times where you and your partner may be going through things. Y'all may be going through a rough patch. So you have to be willing to forgive. You have to be willing to trust that person. You have to be willing to re-trust that person sometimes. So you have to be willing to stick through all those rough times in order to have a long lasting relationship and a healthy relationship. So I'm going to be giving y'all some advice on how to do that. First thing, set boundaries. Boundaries will really help, because that person is going to know this is off limits. You can't do that. This is things I don't like. This is things I do like. So you got to set boundaries. Keep them boundaries. Okay? Keep that. Don't change it. Don't adjust it because of the person. Keep your boundaries. Second, keep your relationship off of social media. I know y'all probably like, Jasmine, you say the same thing about social media, but this is some real stuff. Keep your relationship off of social media. Keep your business off of social media. When you having problems, when you going through real life problems, social media is not your best friend. They should not know when you and your partner is going through something. So keep your business off of social media. It will really save your relationship. I'm telling you. Give each other space. Space helps. Give each other time to miss one another. Sometimes when you're around a person every day, all day, you get tired of them. A lot of times, because you're around them all the time and you starting to get annoyed by them, arguments happen. Little petty arguments happen. You start getting annoyed by every little thing they do. So space. Give each other time for space. Go out. Do your own thing without them. Start to miss them, because you will start to miss them, and then y'all could go back to each other. Give each other time to miss each other. Communication is key, because a lot of times when there's no communication, you start doing things, a lot of miscommunication start happening. So in order for that to not to happen, communicate with each other. That's really important. Communication. Always communicate with your partner, no matter what. Compromise. Sometimes you have to be willing to compromise. There's going to be things you might not agree with, and they might not agree with either. So you have to be willing to compromise and come to agreement so it could be fair. Consider the other person's feelings. Don't just pass it by because of whatever. Consider their feelings. Take their feelings serious. Don't just think it's not serious to you. What you think is not serious may be serious to them. What you think might be little might not be little to them. So consider their feelings. Take their feelings in consideration. That's important. Especially if you love the person, consider their feelings and emotions. Date nights. Date nights are important. Trying new things as well is important. So do things you never did before with your partner. Go on date nights. You don't have to do date night all the time, but doing it once a month is great. So do date nights. And that's all I can think about right now. So the advice again is, don't rush into a relationship if you're not ready. Be willing to trust, forgive the person for whatever. Be willing to love the person for the good and bad, because there's going to be some things you might not like about the person, but you gotta be willing to love. It gotta be something. The good have to outweigh the bad. Okay, so be willing to deal with it. If you really love that person and you really see yourself with that person, be willing to deal with it. Be willing to stay and stick around. But if you don't think you ready for it, or you don't think you can handle all of that pressure, you don't have to stay. You could go anytime. So don't stay. Don't be forced to stay in a relationship and you're not ready. Don't be forced to get into a relationship and you're not ready to deal with those times, because it's going to be times where you are going to have to do all of those things I just list. There's going to be rough times. There's going to be challenging times. It's not always going to be perfect. So that's it. Like, comment, and share. See you in the next. Bye.